Hey guys, how's it going? This is Insomniac Andrew, and I'm here with another Dota 2 replay. So I picked Bounty Hunter in this game. I looked at the opponent's team and figured, well, I'll try my hand at Bounty Hunter against Drow Ranger since other Bounty Hunters seemed to find success when I was Drow Ranger when they were the opponents. So figured I'd see if that would work for me too. And we also had to deal with Timbersaw, which is a new Dota 2 hero, which is the primary reason why I'm recording this game, so you guys could see how that hero looks, in case you're wondering, and for whatever reason are not able to play Dota 2 at the moment, to check them out. So, this was actually a pretty interesting game. It was pretty exciting. I don't really remember if this Timbersaw player was all that great or not, but he seemed like he wasn't terrible. Anyway, he went middle, which is fine. Especially if you think you're going to go up against a strength hero middle, particularly if it's like Pudge or something like that, because your first ability is great. That Whirling Death, it reduces their primary attribute. So by 15%, that's how much they lose. Which isn't all that much, but it's got a really short cooldown. So you just keep doing it. You keep lowering that strength, and then you do the Timber Chain to do damage, and maybe your ultimate or whatever. That damage is really going to hurt a lot, because the strength here will have less health. He'll also have less damage. It'll be harder for him to hurt you, which kind of synergizes with your active armor. So he's not so great against other kinds of heroes, but he's still decent against them. Anyhow, I kind of wanted middle because I was pretty sure that this Night Stalker was a noob, and it turned out I was correct. So it was kind of hard to win, but not impossible. I suppose if this Timbersaw had been really amazing, then we might have lost. But anyways, at least he wasn't really bad like a lot of the other ones. At least, so I supposed. Because he sure messed me up at least a time or two. Anyway, so I was laning with Shadow Shaman, just like, yeah, whatever. I'd rather have middle. And then over here we got Obsidian Destroyer and Huskar against Skeleton King and Disruptor. So middle, yeah, Stalker and Timbersaw. And our opponents over here are Drow Ranger and Pudge. So I'm attacking Drow. Trying to chase her off of the lane, basically, or even kill her if possible. Kind of while I'm doing that, Shadow Shaman's able to get some last hits, I suppose. Yep, 5-1, that's better than me. Well, see, I'm only level 2, and I'm not planning on leveling up my Gianata, and I don't have any damage items right now. So I know my last hits are not going to be very good. Normally, like, if Drow Ranger, if I wasn't laning against her and I was laning against him instead, I'd be having much better laning potential. Especially since I not only have to deal with Drow Ranger just attacking me when I just want to wait to do a last hit on the creep, I also have to deal with Pudge trying to hide behind a tree and hooking me too. So it's not exactly easy trying to get your last hits in a side lane sometimes as a melee hero. So I slowed down Drow so she couldn't finish off Shaman, and Shadow Shaman was able to kill off Pudge by himself, which is pretty impressive. So we both got our enemies down. Let's rewind that and check it out again. 1x speed, wait, did I fast forward it? I guess. Yeah. Okay, they're already dead. I have to rewind it more. It's not a very good interface. In fact, I hate it. You need to fix it. The rewinding and fast forwarding, it's crap. Okay, so here we are. She shoots a shaman to slow him down. So he hexes Pudge, which is kind of nice. Hooks her. Well, you know what? I think she could have killed him. But she was scared and ran off.
I see for you a future.
Huh. And he was able to use that moment to be able to get far enough away to grab him. And I think the tower might have helped too. But anyways, yeah, you got a more clear picture of what happened there. Just really nice. So we're up 4 and they're 0. Because what happened in other lanes, Night Stalker got a kill. And it was on Timbersaw. So Timbersaw can't be all that great since he died already, huh? And he's got a Soul Ring, which I don't really approve of on Timbersaw. Doesn't seem like it solves his mana problems well enough. I mean, you still have your ultimate to worry about, and that's really mana intensive. We have a cooldown of 8, and it costs 150 just to toss it. Well, at level 2, I guess. It goes up to 175 at level 3. Anyway, but it drains your mana too while it's out there. So, of course, it does a lot of damage, but it's definitely a good ability. You just want more mana than a Soul Ring. That's all. You should be getting a Bloodstone. So anyway, he's got this ability, you click it in a certain direction, so you aim it, and then it's like a hook, and it grabs a hold of a tree, you know, if you aimed it correctly, and then it'll pull you to the tree. It'll knock the tree right down, or your saw will chop it down, or whatever. And it's basically like teleportation. But anyways, your hero, as he flies to the tree, he damages any enemy units in his way. So keep that in mind. It's very good for that. Damaging enemies anyway. And this ability is kind of like Centaur's Return, only instead of it actually doing damage to anybody, it just boosts up his own armor and health regeneration just by a raw number. So it's actually at 1 per hit at all levels. Kind of like Slark's passive. It's just 1 per attribute, blah blah blah, whatever. Well, this is 1 for the armor and 1 for the HP regen. So after like 5 hits, it's like plus 5 armor. But you won't get to that until you level up to level 2, because see, max stacks at level 1 is only 4. So I would definitely recommend maxing it to 1st or 2nd, because it's really good. You can max Worldling Death Last. Sure, it's a great ability, but I mean, The mana cost increases with level, and this other stuff is pretty important, because you need this for your survivability, for sure. And then this is just amazing, because the cast range increases, and it's a 4-second cooldown. So, although it's not doing as much damage as Whirling Death, especially not by a long shot if you're going against a strength hero, it's still worth your while to max it first, because it not only helps you initiate but escape, and then it's just like, I mean, if you calculate, if you have enough mana for it, it will be doing like what, over double the damage that your first ability does, unless of course you're going up against a strength hero, then the values are a bit different. Because within 8 seconds you can cast it twice, right? And the other ability is 250 damage, and this one is 220. So you cast it twice, that's 440. So it's almost twice the damage that the other ability does. So anyways, Night Stalker is getting ganked here in the middle. And I'd noticed that at one point he tried to gank up at top, and I ended up dying in that gank. Let's rewind that.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Further. Further. Alright, so he's middle now. Yeah, here he comes. So, here's what he's doing. I tell him to kill Drow Ranger. Because I got my level 3 nuke, he's got his level 4 nuke, right? What happens, he doesn't silence Pudge there. But it's nighttime, right? It's nighttime, so all he does is slow her and tries to run past Pudge. And then Pudge hooks him for 180 damage, right? Or whatever it is. Yeah. And then he dies, of course. So then he silences him? Kinda late now, pal. He already hooked you and you already rotted and everything. He could have been like right here silencing Pudge and then trying to kill her. I don't know why it would even cross his mind that he would want to silence her. Maybe that's what he was thinking that he might want to do. But I mean, Pudge hook, that's pretty dangerous. He was worried about Pudge, yet the newbie that he was, he didn't silence him, even though he had the ability learned. I don't understand that. It's got at nighttime, which it was, the duration is 5 seconds. So, really not a very good Night Stalker player, as you can see. Of course, you might not always learn Crippling Fear, but since he did have it, he should have used it. But whatever. So, another thing I'd noticed was these guys didn't really spell their names very good. Like, you said Moku, but it says Maiku. This guy's name is like Anduru. So this is, Romaji is correct as far as what the katakana is, but this is definitely not, because these are completely different vowels, right? Anyway, so I was able to kill Drow Ranger by shurikening her a lot. I was able to do that because I just got so much mana, right? Because I'm making an orchid. Then I mess up somewhere along the way and buy too many robes of the Magi. Can only wonder what I do at that point. Alright. Until it happens, I could give it away, but let's see what's going on over here. Disruptor's running away. No health, gotta recharge, no mana. Very little mana anyway. So Obsidian Destroyer and Drow are pushing the tower, and Night Stalker's like, won't have any of that, I'm gonna attack you. Then she runs away. But check this out. She's got a good night sight and so does Stalker, but now it's daytime. But anyways, I think she was gonna try to spot for Pudge for hooking. It would have happened naturally if she'd thought about it, but it became daytime anyway. That's one thing I told Stalker, that he didn't realize his hero see farther at night than he can during day. I won't show it on the hero abilities, but we do have this remarkable Learn tab. Over here, you can look at, like, say for example, Anti-Mage.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
1800 and 800 sight range, right? It's probably about the same Pudge has too. Let's check Pudge. Yep, 1800 and 800. Night Stalker has more range than that at night. He's got 1200, 800. I mean, 1200, 1800. So, that basically makes him a whole lot stronger at night when it comes to ganks, running around and taking people by surprise. Of course, in this case, they actually had a ward over here, and we had a ward here. And a ward here.
Dire's top tower
Seems kind of
is under
redundant.
attack.
And another ward over here. But anyways, so people are chasing people. Mostly these guys chasing skeleton, but then we're coming along, and that guy gets trapped in the fence. I'm chasing this guy. I get him. I get away. See, now you can see I had the Robe of the Magi into the Oblivion Staff, and then I've got 2 more. One of these was supposed to be something else. I think it was supposed to be a Sage's Mask, and so then I bought the Sage's Mask again anyway, or whatever. But that's the problem sometimes. I think I didn't have... You know, I haven't made a Bounty Hunter
Radiant's bottom
item
tower
build
is
yet.
under attack.
I'd loaded up Ricky's, and Ricky doesn't have Orchid available, so I couldn't just shift click on it. So I must have been like, go here, and I just shift clicked on that, and I went to my quick buy instead of shift clicking the Orchid, and that messed me up.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So anyways, definitely for every hero, if you can get your own custom item build for it, you want it. You don't just have to use another heroes, because it can mess you up sometimes. But anyways, I took it in stride. I was like, yeah, whatever. So it'll be a little longer till I get to my Orchid. I'll manage. Some players would just be like, I want my Orchid now! And they just sell the Robe of Magi, right? Then buy their Orchid. But even if I did it right now, I still wouldn't have my Orchid. I should just about now, but I already bought it. When you sell it, it's only half price. Now that was interesting. Let's watch that slowly. See, my hero, I thought he had a lot of health, right? Well, 800 maybe isn't a whole lot, but that saw, it seems like it took out the whole thing. But yeah, maybe Huskar used his ultimate on me or something. He did kill me with his spears, actually. But I suppose, but that's just damage over time. That's nothing burst. So let's go through this slow motion because I'm curious what happened exactly. If I can figure it out. Because see, here I am, trying to track somebody, but I also want to wait for my Windwalk cooldown, and then by the time I do, they already run ahead of the tower. Okay, now it looks like I'm about to fight Huskar. Yep, okay, I've tracked him. I Ginada him, right? Okay. He's at 260 health. Does he use his ultimate? No, I don't think so. Yeah, he didn't use... See, look at that. That's crazy. Let's check this out again. Okay, I come over here. How much health do I have?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
644. 560.
Bottom tower has fallen.
400... Oh, I had over 400 health. Over 400 health. And yet I die as soon as the it comes to me. Now let's check this. Pass damage, 140. Damage per second, 75. So that was like a split second. So really, it should have done like 140, maybe plus 75. That's not even 300 damage, for crying out loud. So I don't see how that killed me. So, I type in all chat. I curse a little here, and I say, I think I found a bug with your ulti, Shredder. Because it does do too much damage, apparently.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is up.
So I was like, man, yeah, I gotta get like some serious bulk before messing around with that guy.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I suppose it's probable the spear's damage took me down the rest of the way from, like, if the past damage procced twice somehow, I could see that killing me, I guess. Because I'd be like almost 300 just by itself, and then another 75 brings you pretty close to 400. But I still don't see, I don't think Huskar had that many stacks on me with his spears. But I could be wrong. But even then, I don't understand why it would proc the past damage twice in just a split second. Doesn't make any sense to me. Like right on top of it. It just seems ridiculous. I don't think. But maybe that's the way it works in Warcraft 3 Dota 2. I'm not really sure, but I kind of don't think so. I think it slows you, and that's the part that I hate about it the most, I think. But, well, could be wrong. Memory might not be all that fantastic, but I think that's a bug. So anyway, got a chain mail. So it looks like I'm probably getting a blade mail. Yeah, I have my orchid, so I'm gonna use it on somebody. Where am I? I'm over here. So I almost died. I think that Shredder ultimate hit me again, or that Temper Saw ultimate, and it does so much damage, really. We've got a number of silences. We have our Disruptor and our Stalker and my Orchid. First they have Drow Ranger. That's not necessarily enough. So we're chasing these guys down. She's tracked. Skeleton King finishes her off. Then he finishes that guy off. I track that guy, and Skeleton King kills him too. Then that's all he's got in him after that. He didn't have enough mana maybe to revive. Yeah, I guess that was it. Maybe the cooldown wasn't quite up quick enough. Now this guy has 16 charges, so although I could have tried attacking him, it would have been probably futile because he had so much regen and armor. Besides, he had reinforcements. So anyways, now I have my blade mail, and so the Timber Saw, he's actually out leveling me, and Drow Ranger's even with me. So, but I mean, both Timber Saw and Night Stalker were middle. Night Stalker should be doing much better than how he is. So I popped my blade mail upon being hooked, but I'm not able to actually get away. And although I do a lot of damage to him, he's still able to kill me because I'm disabled by his ultimate. So I'm not able to attack him or anything. And I shouldn't have gotten hooked in the first place, but I didn't realize he was there. Because it's nighttime, can't see very far. your bounty hunter. I'd been lamenting because the Night Stalker wasn't doing his job. He should have been there. He should be roaming around and figuring out where the enemies are. Like, he could spot for me to track people, basically, is the idea. Kind of like Drow Ranger could spot Pudge for him to have nice hooks. But anyways, yes, let's look at that sight range difference. So Pudge, remember 1800 and 800? What about Stalker? Where's he at? Sight range 1200, 1800. Just like I said, check out Drow Ranger. Something similar, not quite the same. Actually, see, look at that. 1800, 1700. So her night sight is not quite the same Night Stalker is, but it's practically the same. And she can see just as she can see fine during day, like a Pudge or an anti-mage. So, pretty solid hero, that Drow Ranger. Yeah. But Night Stalker could turn the time of day into night when he wants with his ability, his ultimate darkness. So that's good to keep in mind. Oh, they stacked these ancients. And there are ancients. That's embarrassing. Right? Well, Shadow Shaman's like, yeah, I'm gonna get some of these creeps, guys. Crazy fight. I barely even remember this fight. I didn't know what was going on with the ancients. Oh man. I think I was busy explaining to Night Stalker how his hero works or something. No, I have a headdress. Because I'm thinking, oh, I need a pipe, man. The Shredder's ultimate's too imbalanced.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Which is crazy because I only have like less than 1,000 health. So what good is a pipe gonna do me, right? At least it'll help out my allies and like I can buy health eventually. It can wait. At least I can have pipe for my allies in the meantime. Because they are just... Look at that. 3 and 8 Night Stalker? Come on. Like, Skeleton King only died that one time, and that was during a triple kill. That's fine. I mean, Disruptor is like 5 deaths, and this guy's 6. Of course, I got 3 myself, so I'm not doing spectacularly or anything, but, yeah.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, it's not like we're having a problem with gold income. We're able to destroy enemy heroes. That's not a problem. Just...
I didn't come here to see my enemies grow rich.
Let's rewind that for a second. I want to show you guys, make sure you saw this. Okay, Pudge comes in here, and they're attacking Skeleton King. Huskar does him in pretty good, and Pudge uses his ultimate. Vibes, it slows them down a bit. Now I cast the ultimate on him. Okay, yeah, those were just illusions.
I didn't come here to see my enemies grow rich.
So I'd pick that up from the rune over here. Remember to pick up your runes, guys. They're really helpful. They do damage. Like double damage, it's a lot of damage, and so does illusion as well. So I had 2k gold, so I was like, yeah, that's really gonna help me farm my pipe. That's a great thing with Bounty Hunter, you buy anything you want. And just track people, and the gold just comes pouring in.
Roshan.
Immortality!
Dire's middle tower.
So anyway,
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
we're pushing middle pretty hard. I'm tracking people. But, we got people falling back, so I'm falling back too. But I'm not going to leave it at that. I'm going to keep tracking people, right? Or at least following them around. And, there's a big old fight. A couple ultimates flying around.
Into the shade.
Huskar deciding he doesn't like Shadow Shaman. And they bite into Skeleton King. I track that guy and destroy him, shuriken and all that. Then he gets away. Track him though. And then Pudge throws out a hook. It doesn't get anybody.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And Skeleton King keeps on pressure, takes out this creep wave in between the two towers. And then he gets banished, and then Pudge tries to hook him, but doesn't quite time it correctly. He looks at things, and so then Skeleton King starts to run away. And I think, well, it's taking him so long to get away, I bet he's going to get hooked again. So he starts to try to dodge it, and he manages to delay Pudge throwing the hook from his moving around. Pudge was like, he seems a little too unpredictable. Then he turns around and stuns him, and then he's able to easily get away from Pudge being tracked, but Pudge backs off, which means Skeleton King no longer has the boosted movement speed because an enemy hero is not tracked near him. So, I'm like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn invisible. And I'm really short on mana at this point. From the earlier fight, probably. Getting my mana zapped by Obsidian Destroyer. Check this out. If the hero has less than the damage threshold, that hero loses 75% of its current mana. So it's a damage based on the difference between Harbinger and the affected hero's intelligence. So because it wasn't really doing any damage to me, it was draining all my mana instead. It's pretty much how it works. Because I had like 77 intelligence. Well, he had like he had a lot anyway, but not yet 100 or anything until he just banished somebody, I think. Maybe it was pretty close to 100. Anyway, definitely more than my allies, so that they would get damaged, and that was because of my Orchid. Ooh, let's rewind that. That was a pretty cool scene. So here I am. I'm yellow. I'm over up at top. I make my way to the river, grab a haste rune. Yeah, here it comes. I see Drow over here by herself. I think I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna get her. Let's see what happens. So, here she is. She sees me, so she silences me, and then I silence her. And then I start attacking her, and she starts attacking me, and then I activate my blade mail, and she's got lifesteal, but no, I'm not sure if that was the orchid that hit her at the end, or if it was just an auto attack from Chinata or blade mail or something. But in the end, she ended up dying. So that was pretty cool. Like, I couldn't throw a shuriken at her or even track her, but she still went down because the blade mail was so useful. So, I mean, think about that. Track, shuriken toss, great, but it won't do you so much good if you can't cast, right? So, yeah, players, they'll like their Manta styles, or the BKBs, even their Lincoln Spears. But, yeah, don't undersell a blade mail. It sure puts out a lot of damage. So at this point, I've got my pipe, and I'm like, yeah, I pop my pipe to show my allies that I have it. But they don't go in, so I'm like, well, okay, whatever. So pipe's gone. Now we go in, so I'm like, okay, well, we can make it work. I try to get Drow, but I can't quite get her because I get banished by the Obsidian Destroyer. He starts chasing me because he's dusting me. Dust is about to wear off. Bam, there it goes. So, anyway, pretty crazy because you don't normally see bounty hunters get these sorts of items. But first of all, Orchid is pretty good against this Timbersaw guy, because you can stop him from casting spells. But it's even okay against Destroyer too, because it stopped him from casting Arcane Orb, I believe. And then it's not even bad against Huskar, stop him from using his ultimate. And it's pretty good against Pudge, stop him from using his ultimate too, so and stop him from hooking. Definitely an all-around great item against any one particular hero that you want to cast it on. Like if I'm Night Stalker, I'll always get it on him because it's so great. You can keep silence on one guy, or you can silence like 2 guys and take them both out quickly. It's just a great item. Here I am trying to trick people into thinking that my illusions are me, but they're not taking the bait. And we're trying to take down Roshan, but it looks like they know it. The Skeleton King took him down before. But I'm not sure if Roshan's even up yet. But it will be soon. So Pudge throws out another hook, and I don't understand why he doesn't have it. Well, he has the sword over here, but I don't think it really showed very good the area that he was trying to hook. But anyways, they use a Smoke of Deceit, and they run over here, attack these guys, and kill them. I'm like, I'm an Invis hero, why would I need Smoke of Deceit? And at this point, they're like, we just took out 2 of their guys, but they're trying to take down our Skeleton King. So they're kind of busy worrying about our 10-1 guy. They're forgetting about the rest of us. So they do take him down by surrounding him, but we've taken down 2 guys already, so we're outnumbering them at this point, and it's a pretty easy fight. That was a Disruptor using his teleportation ability called Glimpse on that guy that teleported him over here back to Shadow Shaman's wards. So anyways, and then Skeleton King's like, well, I guess if most of them are gone, maybe I should revive and help you guys out with pushing or something. So I guess he decides he wants to go push bottom while we're pushing top. if it were up to me, I wouldn't have asked him to buy back. But I guess he figured he had plenty of money and he might as well do it. Because we could have waited for him. He already hadn't immediately bought back anyway, so could have waited a little bit longer.
Dire's structures are fortified.
It's great to be back. Well, that's what I thought.
So I wasn't too sure about this push really, because I wanted to kill more heroes, because Bounty Hunter's not really a pusher hero. But my allies weren't really into that idea, even though Stalker is quite the killer hero himself. But anyways, we do pull back without losing anybody. But Night Stalker does get pretty low on his health. So, let's check out Timbersaw a bit more, huh? He's got Sheev's Guard. It definitely helped with his mana pool, but Bloodstone would help a lot more. I'm not going to say even if Sheev's Guard is good or bad on him, I'm just going to say that you really need your Bloodstones. That's the important thing. So at this point, we'd try pushing maybe or something, but it just fell apart because there were only two of us. And then, crazy nonsense over here dancing around Roshan again. And Skeleton King gets hooked by Pudge. He has to fight like the whole team all of a sudden. There's only 3 of us even alive. So they just throw down their ultimates and hope for the best. Basically, now they're just trying to buy time for the reinforcements. Disruptor gets slowed by Drow Ranger, so it looks like he may go down. Skeleton hidden in the trees. So no such fate for him. Yeah. Just took too many spears, pal. So I pop out of the fountain and throw an ultimate. And Pudge Man's get another ultimate on the Skeleton King. But it's not really enough. Skeleton King's too beefy. And the rest of their team over here. Now I activate my Blade Mail, which prompts Drow Ranger to stop attacking me, which is pretty nice. And then, but Skeleton King's still like putting out most of the damage right now. I'm not really doing so much. Like I tried to pipe him just before he died, but I don't know if it did anything. Now I don't have any mana. Then Pudge hooks him, so I can't finish him off. Just trying to get one more Ginata and then probably finish him off. But Pudge said, "No, it's not meant to be." And we're getting pushed hard, top and bottom. So we gotta defend that. And we even have creeps outside our mid. One like, forget that, I'm going top. Because I'm gonna finish my Heart of Tarask. But for some reason, I was thinking you buy the recipe at the secret shop. But you don't, you buy it at the main base. So I get to the secret shop, and I get the recipe, and I'm like, what? It's in my stash, are you kidding me? So I'm like, okay, courier or whatever, bring me the recipe. I was probably kind of sleepy when I was playing this, and I thought that. I don't know. Anyway, it's not really an item I generally buy on Bounty Hunter, so you can see why I might be a bit confused, perhaps. But I needed this for my Blade Mail to work better. So, but mostly just because this guy's ultimate is ridiculous, I suppose. His ultimate, everyone's real nasty. I don't like any of them, but definitely I don't have to worry about returning to the fountain anymore since I got like tons of mana regen and health regen. That's the important thing.
Haste.
But this guy pretty much has all that just with the bloodstone, right? Yeah. Get him, get him, get him. But he slows me down quite a bit between Shiva's Guard and his ultimate. And I pop my pipe and I'm like, I'm out of here. We gotta keep farming, gotta get my next item. So what's going on over here? They're pushing, Disruptor's distracting him with his fence. And he almost gets hooked by Pudge. I come along, I get that drow. And these guys get hit by Disruptor's ultimate and fence combination. That guy throws down his ultimate. Which doesn't hit me this time, thankfully. Or does it? I don't know. Anyways, I don't have any mana regardless. Whether it was from the previous time or this time. You take out three of their guys, it's only losing Disruptor. So pretty good sacrifice by Disruptor, I'd say. And then, we just march on him, really. Now, this Skeleton King was making good, progress on his items. That Daedalus, that really adds a lot of damage, which is important if you're dealing with this guy. Because you don't necessarily want to attack fast. Like Mask of Madness might not be that good. Because he's got so much armor and regen.
That's a bit of all right.
So the fewer times you attack him to deal damage, the better. Deal the same amount of damage, right? Because then you give him fewer charges on his reactive armor. So Skeleton King definitely had their number.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
And we had a lot of silence up for us too. Doing fear, which I'm not sure how much that was being used. My Orchid, which I was using pretty much every chance I got. And the silence from Disruptor's ultimate, they were just getting silenced a ton. See, you could see how many charges he has by how the how closed his thing is. When he's got max charges, it's closed all the way. He's got no charges and it's open all the way.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
You can't kill what's already dead.
So there was some chat, some kind of trash talk of some sort.
Your tongue makes dead smart sword collapse behind me to powder.
Let me kill one, please. Dude, you're losing so much damage. I'm not sure who he was saying that to. Guys, Goosey, Drow has 160 last hits. Huska has the most deaths on our D team, and he's talking shit. Ah ha 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 ha. Suicide Char. Husakar Derp. Have you seen our BH's build? Our BH is support / tank. It's good. I don't know. Drow has doubts. He was bragging because he has 160 CS at 45 mins. Let me live, please. Please. And why does SK have Daedalus? Why is the sky blue? I don't know, it just is. There's a reason. A wild pudge appears. So that's the extent of the trash talk so far. This guy gets trapped again and can't leash out, and I silence him for good measure. But I should have waited, actually. I didn't realize that he couldn't jump out of the fence, otherwise I should have waited. That way it would keep him from being able to jump out again later on. Just for a little bit longer. Might have been able to get him, but who knows? Probably not. But eventually Night Stalker did catch up to him. But he got shot down by Drow Ranger. Pudge comes along to pick up the assist gold. He doesn't actually do anything. So now we're down a guy, but they're down 2 guys. And they're actually thinking of pushing us. Well, after all, they lost their middle, so they probably want to make us lose our middle for revenge, right? Well, Green decides he'd rather go push bottom, so that's where he's going. And Drow Ranger. So she's down there, and so is Pudge following her. And this guy is still hanging out middle, just pushing middle by himself. Skull King's like, I want to kill me some ancients, so he goes ahead and does that. And I'm like, I want to go kill me some enemy heroes, maybe, huh? No, wait. I finished my Radiance! Now, I wanted to get a Scythe of Ice because my mana kept getting burned away by this Obsidian Destroyer's ultimate. Because I was too intelligent. So I wanted a more mana regeneration. 150% wasn't enough. I needed, what would it be then, 350%? Plus not just 25 intelligence, but another 40 or something? So, I mean, that would have been like plus 65 intelligence and 350% mana regeneration. That would have kept me really rolling. So anyways, there's a bit more trash talk. Pudge is like saying, are you kidding me? BH has Radiance. And we're still talking about the items that I have. And then he says, worst items, he says, no. And I said, yes, I wanted Scythe of Ice. And Pudge says, it's fucking OP. I said, everyone would laugh at me if I bought it. Pudge says, do it. And it sounds OP and he's like, please. BH says, don't get hooked, you suck 3 times. There's no stalkers. What if you didn't have a stalker?
Roshan has fallen to the dire.
Immortality.
So I'm like, oh, I'm getting away from them. I didn't know if they could see me or not. They actually couldn't. So I could have gotten away with tracking them, probably. But I didn't know that. But I do eventually get a track on one of these guys who are right over here in the clearing. It was Pudge, yeah. But the thing is, I just let my allies worry about where Pudge is. I just try to look for the closest enemy and try to track them, usually is what I end up doing a lot of the time. But I end up messing up big time here. Because, well, I'm not sure exactly how I messed up. But, they were able to see me. Somehow. Some way. I'm checking their items now and I still don't see a dust. Oh, Pudge has 1 dust charge. That's who had it. Because my allies replied that I was dusted. So yeah, he saw me, and they immediately started focusing me down. And that was most unfortunate. So I'd tracked Pudge. I should have known he had the dust. But he was like all hiding behind the trees and stuff. I should have known where he was, but I was paying too much attention. I was like, what's going on? I'm trying to look at everyone's items, and I can't see what their items are because Pudge isn't standing next to them. So it takes me forever to confirm that none of them doesn't have a dust, and I forgot to check Pudge's items. It's like the dumbest sleepy head maneuver like Invis-Hero can make. So I encourage you not to make that mistake.
Dire's top barracks has fallen.
Particularly not if you're bounty hunter.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Actually, I probably wouldn't make that mistake with Ricky.
Radiant's
Yeah,
bottom
I just
tower
need more
is
practice with
fortified.
bounty hunter, I suppose. Yeah.
Radiant's bottom
Because I can
tower
imagine
is
somebody trying
fortified.
that trick on me on Ricky and it not fooling me. But it worked on me as a bounty hunter where it shouldn't.
Dire's structures are
That should have been like the oldest trick in the book that wouldn't have worked.
Dire's courier has been
That just goes to show you I need to practice with the hero more.
killed. Back into the fray. Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen. Radiant's bottom
Night Stalker
barracks
comes
are
up
under
behind this guy and says, "Hey, I want some." And he's like, "Okay, I'll give you some." Then Shadow Shaman's like, "No, attack me!" And then he disables him, and then that guy goes down too, but he's got Aegis. But this building is still not gone down. So what he's gonna do is gonna go and try to. No, he's run away. What? Okay, he was just maybe gonna try to go up this way where there was no tower, perhaps. But instead of that, I think a Force Staff maybe from him. Except for the fact, I'm pretty sure it was his because his was not on cooldown after I clicked on him. So I think he accidentally Force Staffed the wrong direction. Now he needs more practice with Obsidian Destroyer in his Force Staff action, apparently. So that's unfortunate. And actually, if it were me, I would get a Black King Barb on my Destroyer. It's such a good item. Mechanism is nice too, but if you're dealing with Hex, no, you don't want to deal with that. Forget it. Get yourself a Black King Bar. Anyway, game's pretty much just about over at this point. Like, we've already pushed the top and the middle pretty far, and our towers in the middle are full health, while their top one is like almost half health. And we only lost that one barracks, so they've lost 4 total. So they still got this tower, but we're like, yeah, we can probably knock it down. So that's what we do, but Skeleton King's all the way over here, not helping us. Not a very great fight. So I end up getting bit, but I do a lot of damage, but it's really not enough.
bottom tower is
I end up getting destroyed by the Outworld Destroyer. But both of these,
Dire's
a double ultimate from Shadow Shaman from his Refresher Orb, and Scepter takes down that tower. But now he's not selecting his wards to take down the barracks. So they're just attacking heroes. And he's still there now. But he was just sitting back here. Now he's like, no, I wanted to destroy something else. But it doesn't happen.
Dire's middle
Even
tower
Huskar manages to get away. And then Disruptor goes down too. So it's kind of interesting. It was like both me and Night Stalker going down, and then these two guys going down. Which it didn't have to be that way. Particularly not if this guy had been with us. But, well. At least the pressure's on, right? We took down another tower. Better than doing nothing. Just sitting in our base waiting for them to push us? Nah, not a very good idea. But we could have waited for Skeleton King at least before we did whatever we wanted to do next. Anyway. I throw out a little bit of trash talk there. Since they had called me a tanker, Drow Ranger says tank this. At least I suppose that's what he meant. And Pudge said, "Leave me alone," while he was using his ultimate on me. I suppose that's what it was for. Could have been talking to somebody else though, maybe. Maybe Shadow Shaman. But I suppose Shadow Shaman was trying to finish off Huskar. So we go push again. The Skeleton King's there this time. We got Black King Bar, and we got the Serpent Lords again. Another double pack. And then, ooh, that guy runs into Disruptor's ultimate maybe, and doesn't work out too good for him. I start right-clicking down these buildings, bam. And then Night Stalker's over here, and he's like, I don't want daytime and turning into a piggy. The ultimate ran out, maybe. No. Anyway, yeah, so we just push for the win. So that's the game with the new Timber Saw and crazy bounty hunter item build. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I wasn't sure if someone had a dagger or not, you know, so I figured maybe Radiance would help. But I know I needed a little bit more damage. But Scythe of Vice probably would have been better actually for this game, crazily enough. But whatever. The important thing is that we won. I said, well, I bought teleport boots. There's another anti-typical bounty hunter item. Shadow Shaman and Pudge exchange GG's. And Shadow throws one last ultimate. That's pretty much you can. Hope you enjoy it. Yeah, I'm not sure why I'm showing you the cosmetic items that dropped.